felt it, didn't you? The power.
It was Vortigern who murdered your father. But what you didn't account for is what you can do with his sword.
That was a clip from King Arthur, Legend of the Sword, the latest movie directed by Guy Ritchie. It is a reboot of the classic Excalibur tale when Arthur pulls a sword from the stone and becomes King of England. Joining us right now is Chief Film Critic for WBAI Radio, Mike Sargent. Mike, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us. Okay. How big is this going to be? I mean, will this compare to the gains that we've seen of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 that's been doing so well?
Not even close.
Okay.
Not even close. I mean, this is a movie, when you remake an oft-told tale, okay, there needs to be a really good reason to make it. And there's no really good reason to make this other than to let Guy Ritchie kind of come out of his wheelhouse. And the movie only works about 50% of the time.
Now, this is one of those big, you know, sort of broad idea movies, right? I mean, this is not like a...
Well, you know what this is? This is sort of a reboot or retelling or origin of King Arthur. Mm-hmm. So unlike a number of other reboots, retellings, like that Robin Hood that we just saw.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
You know, the things you're looking for aren't there. There's no Lancelot, there's no Guinevere, there's no Merlin. You're like, well, where are all these characters you expect?
That's a good one. Meanwhile, the critics are out in force. They got the knives out this morning for soccer player David Beckham for his performance in the movie. He's getting criticized. What do you think about his acting debut?
You know, it's kind of hard to call it a debut. He's on the screen for maybe 2 minutes. And
that's it?
And he's, you know, it's okay. It's stunt casting. You go, oh, look, it's Dave Beckham, and then the movie continues.
Huh.
It's, you know, they've made a big deal out of it, but
they're making
silly.
A big deal about his acting.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other movie, there's a war thriller, The Wall.
The Wall.
Starring professional wrestler John Cena. What do you think about John Cena?
Well, John Cena is actually a very likable screen presence, and he's surprisingly good. He's one of those actors, you know, who's making a transition. He works really hard to be whatever it is. So he's done that before. He's funny, and he's dramatic in this, and you just like him.
Well, I mean, it's Mother's Day weekend. I'd rather have some rom-com or some comedy, and you got Snatched, also hitting theaters. Goldie Hawn, my fave. Amy Schumer. What do you think of Amy Schumer and Goldie Hawn?
Well, they're really funny together.
They are.
The movie's really surprisingly funny. And it's funny, when you see Goldie Hawn, it's like, wow, she hasn't been on screen in 15 years.
Wow. So
it's hard to believe, but, you know, it's fun. Goldie Hawn can play anything. Amy Schumer kind of plays the same thing, but you kind of want to see Amy Schumer do what she does.
And you want to see Goldie. She's so loved. She's like America's sweetheart, and she's, what, 70? She's still getting big roles.
She can, and she can turn down roles because, you know, I'm sure she's been offered
Goldie Hawn.
Yes, she is. And not to mention her husband's having a big resurgence now, too.
I couldn't believe Kurt Russell and how much he's working as well. They're both working a lot more.
Well, they're going to be up against each other because he's in Guardians of the Galaxy. She's in Snatch, so it's husband against wife in the movie theater.
I love that. That is great. Was it funny?
It is very funny.
Yeah.
It's very, I mean, the plot is just, it is what it is, but it's very funny. They're funny together. It's worth seeing.
What do you think about movie theater going in general? I mean, how's the box office doing?
The box office is doing pretty well. I mean, I think that, you know, unfortunately, you know, multiplexes and multiple theaters showing the same superhero movie, that's the world we live in.
Okay.
But there's a lot of good films out there.
Mike, great to talk with you. Thanks so much. Mike Sargent joining us there.